Welcome back. Tomorrow, Tennessee will hold a special election to fill a House seat left empty in its 7th Congressional District. Despite this being a reliably red district, there's no clear frontrunner in the race between the people you see here, Republican Matt Van Epps and Democrat Afton Bain. Kristian Ramos and Leslie Sanchez join us now for our Monday Strat Chat. Kristian is a former communications director for the Congressional Hispanic Caucus and a Democratic strategist. Leslie, on the right of your screen, is a CBS News political analyst and Republican strategist. I hope you both had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's great to have you with us this Monday. Kristian, let's start with you. Why does this election in Tennessee appear to be so close, do you think?
Well, the political reality that the chickens are coming home to roost for the Republican Party. They have done some wildly unpopular things all over the country. They have raised prices on the American people. They are about to take away health care for millions of people, and voters are very, very angry. This election in Tennessee should not be close at all. Donald Trump carried this district by wide margins in 2024, and what we're seeing here is a Republican who is running with Trump. He's been endorsed by him. Trump has done a town hall for him. But Trump is wildly unpopular. His policies are wildly unpopular, and they are dragging down candidates all over the country.
Now, Leslie, unsurprisingly, both of these candidates are centering their campaigns on the issue of affordability. Our viewers tell us that's the most important topic to them. Let's just play quick clips from their ads.
The Democrats' radical agenda, opposing tax cuts, pushing higher taxes and higher prices, and new taxes that would crush working families.
Angry about high grocery prices? Worried about healthcare costs? Feeling burned by tariffs? Then December 2nd is your day to shake up Washington.
So Leslie, what do you think? If Afton Bain wins, the Democrat, should that be perceived as an indictment of Trump's economy?
I think it's too close to call that race, and I think that would be a bridge too far, Errol, in terms of thinking about that. It's a special election, and these kind of situations, it really does come out to a turnout game. Who has the best activation on the ground? And you see the Democrats putting a tremendous amount of resources and spokespeople on the ground trying to help move that race over. But I think it's an overreach to think it's reflective of the entire political landscape. What is true, it's a very clear, distinct difference between the two of them. Economy, economics, pocketbook issues are going to certainly ride this election cycle through the end of 2026. But the disparity between the two is very clear. You have a decorated war veteran on the Republican, Matt Van Epps, but certainly compared to such a contrast Democrat. I don't know that the Democrats think that she's in line with their policies because they're so progressive and so out of line with what I think a traditional voter and certainly a voter looking at this election.
So let's look at the bigger national picture. A new Gallup poll shows disapproval for Mr. Trump is at 60%, with his approval rating dropping to 36%. That's the lowest of his second term. Leslie, why do you think that is?
I think anytime you're looking at the president moving a lot of big initiatives forward, you see this fluctuation. But I mean, keeping in mind, going back to his first term, the president never really got high above 40%. Right. This is a president that's never really kind of fluctuated in terms of popularity, but he does fluctuate in terms of effectiveness. And I think that's ultimately what he's decided on. He's moved a lot of things on immigration reform, closing the border, helping the economy, and that's going to be the deciding factor overall.
And Kristian, President Trump's top economic advisor pushed the strength of the economy on Face the Nation yesterday. Let's just play some of that.
Real incomes this year are up by about $1,200 so far. That's why we could have a great Black Friday and a great Thanksgiving sales weekend, because people feel like they have more money in their pockets. On average, we're about half the inflation rate of Joe Biden.
Okay, but let's fact check that. A new Politico poll shows 47% of self-described MAGA voters believe the current economy belongs to Joe Biden, but only about half of Trump voters who are not MAGA agree. What do you make of this, Kristian?
Well, first, the problem that President Trump and congressional Republicans have is his economic policies are hurting his voters the worst. Those voters are feeling the pain when they try to go buy groceries, when they go to try to buy Christmas gifts. Everything is very expensive. And I have seen this show before. We've seen another administration tell people everything is fine and the economy is good, and then lose big in the elections coming after that. So this is a losing message from this administration. And I think the real problem that Trump has is he was elected to lower costs. And can anyone here name a single policy that he's passed that actually would even attempt to lower costs?
Leslie, final word on this?
Not at all. The president's been focused on lowering interest rates, getting the economy moving, and that's been a big contrast from what we had the previous 4 years. So I think the details are in people's pocketbooks, and they're feeling more confident.
Kristian Ramos and Leslie Sanchez, great to see you both this Monday. We appreciate your insight and your time.